here I am talking to you. Sometimes, that's the way I am. Sometimes I like to do video and talk to you, talk about things. Like I mentioned before, I don't like politics. I think politics to me is horrible. And I seen it, you see that when it was the president talking, the Democratic Party were sitting there, they all look like idiots. I mean, they don't like the president. Okay, it's not understandable, but okay. But to me, you know how everybody looked to me? Like kids. Like when kids, they don't want to do nothing because the mother is not giving what they want. That's how I saw all of them. Especially that old lady. What is that? Polonsky. What is that old lady? I don't know. I'm not good with name because I'm not into the political thing, and I don't care. And I'm not Republican, and I'm not Democratic. Democratic? Are you democratic? Whatever. When I became a USA citizen, my husband, I depend on him because he brought me to this country. And when I have to fill all the papers to become a citizen, we have to fill this voting card, and he says, oh, do this, do that, and I was doing what he was telling me. And he said, and check Democratic. Don't check the other one, because I said, what's the other one for? Oh, those are for rich people. That's what he told me. But it's not, well, later on in life I find out it's not true. Not true. Republican not for rich people. It's not true. I mean, I don't have a political color. I mean, I just go whoever is doing the right thing. I don't care whether you are left, right, Republican, not Republican. I don't really care. I just care for people they're doing their job. I don't really care. Really don't. I think politics and religion to me are the two things that, to me, this is my personal opinion, to me are the worst thing. I don't belong to any religion either, even though I grew up Catholic, but I'm not Catholic anymore. No, I'm not in any religion. And politics, no. Whoever is doing fine is fine to me. If this president that we have now in office is doing the right thing, fine. I don't understand why people hate him so much. I mean, do they know him personally? Because to me, to hate somebody is when I know that person personally and have done something really bad to me. But to hate somebody that I don't know that person doesn't make no sense to me. Why? One of the things that I noticed that people get fanatic. I seen that in my own family. People get fanatic. I remember my father, I mentioned in another video, my father never came to United States. I invite him many, many times, and he never wanted to come to this country, not even for visiting. He said, no, keep me out of it. It had nothing to do with political thing, because he was actually a very Republican person, But he will know. He was a businessman, very smart, super smart person, very smart. As a father, he wasn't that great though, because sometimes you can be good in one thing and be bad in other things. But as a business person, I'm going to tell you a story. You know, when I was young, 14, 15 years old, my father used to talk to me a lot of business. And he used to tell me, when you get married and you want to buy a house or a property, you can buy a property without really money. I mean, you can get money, but you don't have to have it all together in an account. And I said, how that works? So he explained to me that sometimes when you want to buy a home, you need a down payment, right? And I said, yeah. And I said, if you know a friend who is saving money, for instance, in the bank, you find out how much the bank is paying. You offer him more money to pay out, and he will lend you the money, and that's how you buy a home. You put the money for down payment. Of course, you have to have the job and all that stuff. So when I was 21 years old, remember, I married when I was 18, and my husband brought me to this country. In this country, in the United States, I told my husband that, I want to live in a house. I don't like to live in apartments. And so he said, well, look for a house. So I started looking for a home, and then the house that I I asked the guy, are you selling this property? And the guy said, yes, I'm selling it. I'm selling it or renting. So my husband and I, we used to have a friend who was saving money. He was a Spanish guy. He was saving money in the bank, and I said, look, how much the bank is paying you? He said, some percentage. I said, I'm going to double the percentage. You lend me that money, and I'm going to pay you monthly payments. He said, let me think about it. So he gave me the answer, and he said, yeah, I lend you the money with a compromise that I would pay him double what he was making in the bank. Interest, And that's how I bought my first house. I was 21 years old. And from there, I ended up having 8 houses. Not all in once, I bought that house, the first house, and then the second one, a better, and a better, and a better, and a better. I ended up having a very nice home. That's where all my 2 boys grew up, in a nice house in a nice neighborhood. But my husband and I work really, really hard. I always hold 2 jobs. Always 2 jobs. And my husband works really, really hard too. He was actually a workaholic. He holds 2 jobs. We work really hard, but we gave everything to make. I have 2 boys, men now. I teach them that nothing is free. You have to earn your money. You have to work for it. And that's how you get things in life. And good enough. One is a businessman, and the other one is doing some job in a company as a manager. They're both successful. They both live good, like they grew up. So you teach your kids. You don't give them everything for you. You tell them, hey, you have to earn your money. These kids that were delivering newspaper those years, delivering newspaper, earning his money when they were very young. You teach your kids. You don't give them everything easy. You have to work for it.